being angry, being aggressive, that got me wickets. You know, cricket for me was a show. I am a nice guy, but when I go onto the field, I can't be that nice guy. It's quite exhausting to pretend to be somebody you're not. And I felt like when I put on my South African clothing, it was like when Superman gets into his gear or Batman gets into his thing, and now the action starts.
Steyn, welcome. Welcome to The Switch.
Thank you.
We are sat in Jumeirah Tanda Safari. This is your homeland. This is Africa. Does it get any better?
This is what retirement is every day. That's lovely.
What was Dale Steyn like as a youngster?
Where I grew up in Palabora, in the bush. Look, there's not a lot to do there. I skateboarded, I fished, I hunted. Palabora had its own high school, and I went to school in Zanin. So when I came home to my own town, I was like a foreigner. And I was that guy. The guys are out to get me. Their girlfriends like me because they didn't see me at school in the week. I was something different, and the guys wanted to drill me. So
you learned to bowl fast.
I run away or bowl fast to get them back. But everyone has their own struggles. It wasn't a hectic struggle. I was friends with a lot of them. It's just a rite of passage, essentially, when you're growing up in that space.
Cricket became a thing?
I remember going to Zimbabwe, never playing cricket in my life. I was about 12, didn't know what cricket was. Got there, my cousins played. They all played for like Zim under 15 and under 18 and stuff. And they had a video of the 92 World Cup and put it in, and it just had me. You know, had all the games and everything. And that was over December, and I was just like, January, I was like, Mom, Dad, I want to play cricket. And it was crazy because I got back to school and I didn't realize that cricket was all around. Guys were playing it with the drum, binners, the stumps, you know, I just didn't notice it. After that, my life changed. It was just, everything was just cricket every single day.
When did you think that there was a chance that it might be a thing?
It's like one of those dreams. I think when you're growing up in a place like Palabora, you know, you look at around you and you see the people they kind of go to school, when they finish school, they end up working on the mine. So I loved cricket, but I just didn't think it would ever take me any further. But I played club cricket for a team called Ofkalaka Cricket Club.
How old was this?
I was 13, turning 14.
But you must have been bowling quick then.
Just starting to get into that 130 plus kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, you know, like they taught me a lot about life. I'm not going to lie. Like, we went to play club champs, and I don't think there was one sober day, and I was 16 years old, you know. After school, moved to Pretoria, and then things kind of happened for me. First year after school, I joined the Limpopo Academy. We went for trials for the Northern Titans Academy. The only reason I went to those trials is because they told me it was at Tukkies.
It's the party place.
It's the party place, and I was in. I was like, I'm coming. And I joined the academy with Faf, Heino Kun, Myberg. We drove together in a car every single day.
Wow, some characters.
We had a whole bunch of guys that ended up going on to play international cricket too from that academy.
Yeah.
I was probably the first guy that kind of leaped from that group.
A year later or 2 years
later. A year
later,
myself and AB made our Titans debut together, and then made our South African debut together. That whole section there of life, absolute blur.
And all of a sudden you were sharing a dressing room with some of the greatest cricketers that have ever played the game.
Crazy. I mean, I was a net bowler, bowling to international players for the World Cup in 2003.
Yeah.
I remember cleaning up Nathan Astle a couple of times. There's one thing that I always remember, and then one of the coaches came to me and said, "Can we switch the ball, please?" Because that was getting cleaned up. Because I played against him a couple of years later, and we had a laugh about it. But I also played against Andre Adams, who was my roommate for Essex. So I was his change room attendant in 2003, and a year later I was his roommate for Essex.
Wow.
And life just happened so quickly.
What speeds were you up to then? Were you pumping then?
You
were raw.
I was fresh and raw. So, you know, one ball was probably 5 wides down the leg side. The next one is the most amazing knock you off stump out of the ground kind of delivery you've ever seen at probably 140 plus.
The Michael Vaughan delivery.
As I got stronger, by 22, I reckon I was bowling at my fastest. 22 up until 26, 27.
When you entered the South African dressing room, did you think to yourself, I need to make some yards here, and I need to make a stand for myself here in order to be accepted?
I kind of walked into the dressing room. It was kind of the first time that I'd met a lot of these guys.
Yeah, Callis wouldn't have said anything to you.
No, he just kind of sat there.
Okay.
You know, the craziest thing is that we're neighbours and we're like best friends now. Like, I see him every day.
If you said to me your top 3 South African cricketers, and you said those were the guys that at 13, 14, watching 92 World Cup through there, who were the guys?
Definitely Rhodes and Donald were just like, for me, there was no better. By the time I started playing, you know, Callis, absolute legend. Pollock, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to bowl like Polly, you know. Mark Boucher. I had a girlfriend and Mark Boucher's poster was behind her on her bedroom door. So I've known Bouch since I was 16. So yeah, these are just great guys, you know. Like,
They become friends. You start to feel at home in the dressing room. How long did it take you to start leading the South African attack? And did you find that difficult?
my integration into the South African team was that I played a little bit, did shockingly bad, missed out for like 2 years,
Yes.
came back, and then came back with a real storm. I think my first test comeback was the series against New Zealand, got a 10 for, and then got another 10 for in 2 back-to-back games, something like that. And then from there it was just like a breeze, you know, like you're in the team, you can do it at this level now,
Yeah.
and you've kind of got world respect now, you know, not just within the dressing room, but now people
But
around
you would
the
have
world.
need to have done that with performance, though.
That's the thing,
I mean, you can't just get that respect certainly from me as a player
Yeah.
playing against you.
Yeah.
You have to earn your
And
respect.
you know when it's your bowling lineup, when Graham puts the ball in your chest.
Yes.
When he comes to you and he says, you are the guy that's going to make the difference for me.
One thing that people will remember you for is those mad celebrations.
You know, cricket for me was 2 things. One was playing, but
Yeah.
I also thought it was a show. You know, like you talk about entertaining and everything like that. And I thought like Warnie was my favourite.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like I played against him against Hampshire. I was playing for Warwickshire. And I remember he was bowling and I was just beating me the whole time. And eventually I reverse swept him. I don't know why.
a good shot. What's wrong with the
but
switch?
I milked it, and I hit it straight to point. And Warnie stood there. He walked back to his mark, and then he was about to bowl, and he walked halfway down the wicket, and he looked at me and he said, "Mate, if you can't bat right-handed, don't bat left-handed." and I was like, that is it, you know. This man is great. He has the theatrical side of him, and I wanted to introduce that into my cricket. And I was like, okay, cool. So how can I use what he does to make it look good? And I picked players, you know. So I was like, Brett Lee, my favorite. His celebration, all of that.
Yeah, 'cause that
It
was your thing, huh? The old,
yeah, it's like a homage to him, you know. And I'm hoping that somebody else will take that from me.
all this franchise cricket now, all these guys are mates.
Yeah, it became a problem during the IPL, right?
Yeah.
Like I always had this thing, like I wanted to get Virat out and everything, but then I was his teammate with RCB for 7 years, and now I'm playing against him in India, and what you want to see is you want to see us having this go, but I end up bowling to him and turn around and walk back to my mark.
Yeah, because
hated that.
I would have wanted you to have really got up in the face of Virat.
100%, you know, so I tried not to show my emotion, but I also didn't verbally say anything to him. So I picked on someone else, and then what I would have done
Oh,
to
so you
that
let
person,
Virat off.
plus Virat on one other individual. So the poor guy, he was like, "What did I ever do to you?" And I'm like, "Really, it's not your fault. I just can't do it to your mate, so you're getting double."
For anybody to see what you're like with the old ball, bowling in your third spell, and those eyes go, like it's a different dude.
Yeah,
Like you're a different dude.
Yeah.
Was it just, does something just happen?
a little bit.
What are they, the red mist? They call
So
it
they
red
call
mist.
it red mist, but I think it's controlled. When I went onto the field, I wanted to portray like a particular character, and I felt like that got me wickets, you know?
Yeah.
Being angry, being aggressive, because people would talk about it in their meeting before. Okay, be careful, don't piss him off, don't do this because you get him upset, he's going to do that, blah, 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 blah.
We
So-
had that plenty of times.
You get what I'm
Just
saying?
leave
So,
Dale.
yeah, so you want to create some kind of monster. And I felt like when I put on my South African clothing, it was like when Superman gets into his gear or Batman gets into his thing and now the action starts. At the
Yeah.
time we used to wear those under tight. That for me was
Skins.
skins. That's what it was for me. I put this on, and when I put that on, now it's business time. Now we go.
We're sitting here now. I mean,
Yeah.
just please, when you have got that eye, just look at the fire. Don't look at me. I've seen it enough.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying,
I
you
get
know?
it.
And that put me into a space that I was able to be who I wanted to be. But it comes at a cost too, because it's quite exhausting to
Yeah.
like almost pretend
Yeah.
to be somebody you're not, you know,
And it
because it's
takes a
hard.
lot out
like,
of you,
Yeah, I mean,
mentally,
a lot of the time
physically.
you're trying to be. I am a nice guy. I think generally,
You are a nice
you know,
guy.
most people are nice people. But when I go onto the field, I can't be that nice guy.
93 test matches, 100 test matches. It's a pretty cool club.
It would have been.
Is it a club that you sometimes think, oh, 7.
Yeah, sometimes. You know what happened was that Daryl Cullen and I mentioned Daryl Cullen a lot because I played with him for like 2 years and I felt like he did a lot of foundation work from the early days. And he said, you know, money, fame, glory, all these things will come if you just play the game. But if you chase these things, like if you're chasing a car and a sponsor and all this kind of stuff, you forget what the goal is.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. So I just played cricket. And I found that the moment somebody made me aware of things, like when I got close to breaking 400 wickets, Polly carried a bottle of champagne around for like 2 years. As I got close to taking 400 wickets, I got injured. Took me 6 months to come back. Now it's Polly's record. I'm so close, another injury. I'm chasing it. People are making me aware of it. I'm becoming aware of it. It just messed with me.
That weight of expectation.
And so when somebody says, like now, when they say you fell 7 short, I'm like, I actually don't mind, because if I was chasing 100, my last 7 tests would have been shite, and I would have gone down going, you know what, he was a good bowler, but he wasn't really good those last few.
You know, it's really interesting. I think it was Michael Vaughan that said to me, he said, at the end of your career, people don't know how many runs you've scored or how many wickets you've taken. It's how you've made them feel when they've watched you.
Yeah, there you go. 500 test wickets, would have been great, 100 test matches.
You're going to ask anybody around South Africa or anywhere around the world, they go, so how many wickets did Dale Steyn get?
They don't know the answer.
I have got no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, did Dale Steyn bowl fast?
Yeah.
Dude, did you not see that spell? Did you not see that? Did you not see at Lords where he hit KP in the head and almost knocked him out and never said sorry? Like, is he okay? Did you see that? Wanted to kill him. Like, that's what they know.
100%. That's
the feeling.
That's it. Played for a long time, played with a lot of great players.
Yeah.
Obviously Callis, AB de Villiers, Bouch, greats. And then other teams, when you go to IPL, who you're in the dressing room with, My first year at RCB, Dravid, Kumble. Martin Crowe was our coach.
Bouchy was there.
Bouch was there.
A young Virat.
Virat's first IPL.
Yeah, first IPL. Proper players, man.
Wow.
We've been lucky.
We've been very lucky.
And they're mates. You just flick a WhatsApp and you just speak to them.
100%. How cool is that, Drop a guy a message. Hey, listen, I'm just checking in on you. Check how you're doing,
The Switch is brought to you by Duelbits News. And they are giving you a chance to win.
This ball, signed by none other than one of the greatest bowlers of all time, Dale Steyn. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel and drop a comment below. Keep your eyes on our social channels for the winner. Good luck. Forget cricket. Cricket's gone, baby.
Yes, I have son.
Daddy Steyn.
Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing.
The best.
Best.
You got 2 nights away from him here.
Yeah.
You can sleep.
A little bit of sleep. I was telling everyone earlier, he sleeps so well.
Yeah.
And then, I think I told everyone that too many times, because that luck has worn off, because the last week he has not slept. Not at all. And my poor missus, but it's life-changing, hey? It is honestly
the best.
He looks exactly like her, thankfully, because she's a beautiful woman. And he's got my one long toe that I've got. That's how you can recognize that he is he has my feet. Yeah.
So cool.
But he laughs, he's a happy baby.
I've seen videos. He just giggles and giggles.
Just giggles and laughs
so cute.
all the time. Life after cricket is amazing. I go on a couple fishing trips a year. We live in one of the most beautiful places, and I can't wait for him to get to an age where he can now enjoy those things that I love doing. And I don't want to wish time away, because every minute has been amazing. Yeah. We've got 4 dogs. They are part of our crew. Everywhere we go, they go. During the SA20, I'm actually commentating in PE, or Ngabecha, however you want to pronounce it, 10 days.
Ngabecha.
Yeah, Ngabecha.
How's that for a pom?
Pretty good, that actually. Yeah. So we're going to drive up and we take them with. Everyone goes. 4 dogs, myself, my missus, baby, her mom's going to join us. And we just, that's the life we've chosen, And we will surf in J-Bay, and then I'll go work and then come back and,
Commentary and coaching. I know you've been very successful coaching. You guys have won a few titles as a coach. That must be something you're really proud of. Is it a place that you want to play in? Or do you want to just sit with us in the commentary box?
A little bit of both,
Okay.
Yeah, I got some goals going forward in the future. But yeah, the coaching thing it's real. It's like,
you want to tell everybody on the Switch what that goal is?
Well, the goal is it's give it away, the secrets over here. But
give one secret away. Okay, so on the Switch, Dale Steyn's going to give you a secret.
So even as a retired player, you're allowed to have goals. You don't just let life kind of roll.
That's where I was going to finish.
Yeah. Well, a couple of years' time, the Olympics is going to be, they've included cricket. One of 2 things that would be incredible is, one, you are picked as one of the commentators to go to the Olympics to commentate on the game.
Yeah.
I think that's a great honor, you know, like.
But
so
you
that's
want a medal, don't you?
That's a goal,
But don't you want a medal?
or you sneak into a team and you find yourself on the podium on the top, because you can 3, you know, like World Cup is only 1.
Dale Steyn doesn't want to come second or third.
No, I actually don't
Don't
mind.
start.
I don't
So-
mind.
what? Be quiet.
Winning is number 1. Gold
Be
medal.
quiet.
Gold medal, ultimate goal. A bronze medal, I will take. Coming from a guy that came from Palabora, that went on to play cricket, acted in a Hollywood movie with Adam Sandler, and won a bronze medal at the Olympic Games, and has an incredible son, life would be pretty okay.
Amazing, absolutely incredible. Your journey has been quite phenomenal, and who knows, we might even do LA together.
That'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I mean, that's the goal. You know, if it doesn't
Shall we
work
say
out
it's
the
our
other way,
goal?
It's our goal.
It's our goal.
There we go.
The switch has a goal. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.